hello everybody, welcome on in. If you are new here, I'm Astrologer Victoria from Your Wings of Ascension. And yes, this is your Friday horoscope for June 30th of 2023. But before we pull up the charts, I just want to say, I feel it too. This is a really heavy time. This is a very confusing, murky time where everybody's kind of on edge. You are not alone. You are not wrong. You are not broken. We're all feeling it. I have had a lot of people in my personal life come to me like, what is happening? There's a lot of nerves, a lot of fear kicking up, a lot of uncertainty. We will get through this. Let's talk about the astrology and you can start to understand why we're feeling what we're feeling, and then you can work your way through it. So let me pull this up. There's a pop up. That's fun. Little things, they keep you going. Right now, especially the little things, they'll keep you going. So Mercury is in Cancer. Recap slightly. Mercury, our logical mind, our communication style, our thought processes. In Cancer, there is no logical mind. It is emotional. It is intuitive. So we are not going through life on an analytical black and white phase. We are going through a feeling of emotional and intuitive knowing. One of these days I'll learn how to draw, and it won't. And I drew on Saturn anyway, but whatever. Saturn is making a trine over to Mercury. Trines, as we know, are easy conversations. And if you look right next door to Mercury, that's a wide circle. It worked. We have the Sun also in trine to Saturn. So we have two contacts over to Saturn. We also have Venus here at 21 degrees of Leo, building this almost exact square to Uranus. This is kind of what's causing this uncomfortableness. So let's break this down. Whenever we have Saturn, we can feel uncomfortable because Saturn rules limitations, restrictions. Yes, it is our work ethic, but it is also just heavy. Saturn is heavy because you think about what we need to do to survive, which is really Saturn. It's not fun and games, it's what we have to do. So when you have the Sun and Mercury trining over to that, it is an easy conversation, but it still feels like I have to do it. We're understanding that with Saturn being in Pisces, it becomes less logical and more ethereal as it is. So it's more intuitive, more emotional. You're connecting into your higher self, to spirit, and you're redefining what you are taking on for responsibilities, what your limits and restrictions are, because it's in retrograde. So connect this over to our thought process of the moment and our energy of the moment. And we are feeling into our intuition, and we are feeling into our emotions, and we're having to wade through the muck of it because Saturn is helping us to clear away what isn't ours. So this subconscious world we're kind of playing in is not really what we're accustomed to. So it can feel uncomfortable. And then you have Venus squaring up to Uranus, where you have a desire for change in relationships, change in values. And because Uranus is this incredible poppy energy, we can let off so much energy so quickly, or we don't let it off and then it bottles up inside of us. Because there's all of this emotional going on, let it out. Find a way to release it. Journal it, draw it, dance it, scream it, right? We've got to let these things go through us because, like I tell you all the time, you are not your emotions. There's an energy that you're passing through, you're learning from, and you're releasing. We do have light at the end of the tunnel because if you look, and let's do this in green. Let's do this in green, shall we? Jupiter is at 9 degrees of Taurus. We have the Mercury, we have Sun and Mercury making a sextile over to, not yet, building to Jupiter. We're very close. I mean, at 8 and 7, we're very close. So let's talk about what this is doing. We already know the Sun, our energy, Mercury, our mind. Jupiter is our optimism. It is our joy. It is our charitable beliefs, desires, actions. So we are having the Sun and Mercury meeting in a sextile to this is going to bring in the light. This is going to bring in the positivity. This is going to bring in our optimism. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. And we do have, I know the chart is small, I'll pull it back up in a second, but we do have the moon moving into Sagittarius today, and Sagittarius just wants to have fun and just wants to be in joy. So that is also helping us through. So we do have a lot of heavy murkiness, but we have light at the end of the tunnel. So continue to wade through the muck and the mud and the stink of the swamp of our subconscious, and then get to the greener pasture on the other side. I know, it ain't fun. It ain't fun, but that's where we're at. The last thing I want to bring up, and we're not going to go into this in super depth because I will do a more in-depth video on this as a whole, but today around, I want to say it's like 5:06 p.m. Eastern time, but I don't remember exactly. It doesn't really matter. The end of the day, later in the day Friday, Neptune is going to turn retrograde. So let's briefly break that down. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. So this is completely, absolutely unconditional love. This is interconnectedness, knowing we are all one, that when one happens, it happens to all. When it happens to all, it happens to one. Neptune also rules over illusions, delusions, deception, addictions. When it's in Pisces, that is its natural place to be. It amplifies it even more. It's like, double up the volume. When any planet turns retrograde, you're feeling that energy in reverse. So we can have a very hard time connecting in with the world around us, because not that we're disconnected, but our boundary between the outside world and our person just disappears. So we have to learn to find our own truth, connect in with our own self, so that we don't get lost in the noise around us. That is the lower vibration of this. The higher vibration of this is seeing through your illusions, delusions, your lies that you have been living through, whether it's from yourself or from an outside source. This is a fantastic time to stop and get help with addictions. Fantastic time. This is a fantastic time to connect in with yourself, connect in with your spiritual self. But like I said, the lower vibration of this, we don't have those boundaries, so you can double up on the lies. You can double up on the addictions. You can double up on the confusion. Do not allow yourself to go there. Rise into the higher vibration. Know we're wading through the muck of our subconscious, and that there is that light at the end of the tunnel. Now remember, this Neptune retrograde is going to be, I think December 6th is when it turns around. So this is a long transit, but this happens every year, so it's not like it's this wild out of the blue thing. Use this to help you connect in with your higher self, especially with this moment right now, this weekend, where we are wading through the swamp of our own self-conscious, our own subconscious, our own kind of unsureness of our spiritual self, of our intuition. Do things to help you turn off your mind and connect in. Like I tell you, you don't have to just meditate. You can do any kind of creative endeavor. Actually, Neptune retrograde, fabulous for that. Fabulous. Draw, cook. For some reason, I'm seeing spray paint. Maybe one of you is a spray paint artist. I don't know. Things that help you connect in, but turning this off. That's going to guide you through it. Because like I said, with this Venus square to Uranus, if you don't release that energy, it is going to bubble up inside you and make you absolutely burst in a really negative way. So I know that there is a lot. I've been feeling it too. I know I'm helping other people through it. Connect in with yourself. That's the advice I always give my friends. I can tell you everything, but you have to feel it in your soul. You have to know it's true within you. All right? Connect in with your higher self. Connect in with your I am presence. Connect in with your soul. Connect in with God. Connect in with spirit. Whatever the words are. Connect in. It's a great time for it. It's going to help you through all this. I promise. As I tell you every time, you've got this. We've got this. I love you all. Know that you are not alone. Know that this is rough for everybody. And just hold on to your faith, hold on to yourself, because we will get through this. I will see you all on Saturday.